Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin overnight dropped even further. It dropped down to nearly 22,630, and I mean this makes a possible wave 2 now very unlikely. We still did hold the 88.7% FIB level, but we seem to be establishing ourselves below the 78.6 FIB. At this 22.9k level that we discussed over the last few days, which is so critical because a drop below that level, a sustained drop, usually is not a good sign for further continuation to the upside. So as you know, we are waiting for this pullback here in a wave 4. It could happen at any time. I'm currently still watching if we can get a higher wave 5. However, as I mentioned to you in previous videos, this could very well be in still, and that's why I don't understand. I had a few comments that I'm too bullish, which I absolutely don't understand, because you know that I've been talking about profit taking up here because the risk increases, and you know that we've been talking about this wave 5 could very well be finished, and we also talked about that we either get a wave 4 or a wave 2, but until we get these two, we don't know if these support levels will hold, and especially until we get a wave 2, either directly or after we make another wave 4 and 5. Not until we get this wave 2, we will know with a high confidence if the bear market low has been in. I've been preaching that now for weeks, that what we need really to confirm a bear market low has been in is the 5 waves up. Now at the moment we only maybe have 3. Ideally we get another 4 and a 5, and then an ABC down. Now it could be that these yellow 5 waves are already in. It would not be a very reliable structure, but also that was the alternative we talked about. I just want to repeat it because this wave 4 could be here, this wave 5 could be here, and we have 5 proper waves. It's just a question of how do I count it, right? 1, 2, 3, a very shallow wave 4 and a wave 5 could be complete as well. Not too reliable though. That's why primarily I'd be looking for an completion of the third, either already done or with one more high, then a fourth and a fifth, and then see if this wave 2 support is holding. So strategically, therefore, I did take some profits. Yesterday here deep in support, I entered a small long position that however got stopped out overnight because we were, really close here to the invalidation point, which means there's normally fairly low risk, I don't want to say no risk, but really no risk, virtually no risk in terms of what you could get if this trade works out. So again, I'm not taking trades because I think something will happen, but because the risk is low. The stop loss could be set quite tight, and the reward would be really nice, if we can move from here to 25 to 26k versus, possibly risking here 1 to 2% is not the great deal. But it got stopped out, so shows the weakness of Bitcoin. And I'm watching now if this level obviously could still hold. We are still holding the 88.7% FIB, but as I explained to you, typically that shows some weakness if we drop below that support area here, in this case the 78.6 FIB. Now we are still holding in this above this trend line. Also here again I have to say trend lines are fairly subjective. This starts to look for me, especially with the latest drop here, if I use the wicks, it starts to look like an ascending broadening wedge, which is also a bearish pattern. And it's really hard for Bitcoin to make one more high because it would mean a significant rally if you get these broadening wedges. I've seen many times that a channel morphs into a wedge and then it typically breaks at some point. So we're watching this critical support level. I don't, as I mentioned throughout the last week, towards the end of the last week, the risk is increasing up there. You have very, very many sellers who start to take some profits, as you can see, with the strong headwinds. Plus, we obviously know that the DXY, let me go to the DXY briefly, that the DXY is going up further. It has actually reached my wave 3 target now that I analyzed. I'm talking about the DXY on my second channel. You can find the link in the description. It's called More Trading Online. This has reached now my target pretty much at 103.50. I mean, we reached 38 so far, but it seems like might be pushing higher, which will bring crypto down probably. And the S&P 500 doesn't look good either. So here's it. It's below ideal support now. First of all, nearly missed wave 3 target. I mean, no, that's actually not correct. In the last video talked about the $4,200 level, but nevertheless, it didn't reach the ideal target, which is up here. And if this now is a wave 4, it's actually below ideal support. So, and it's very choppy price action here. So this all is not a sign of strength. I mean, even this could still come down to 40.85. And below 40.85, it will probably also get a breakdown. And as you know, temporarily crypto and the S&P are to a degree related. This is only futures, however. So it's typically lower volume. So what we need to see is a confirmed break of key support 4,085 on the after the stock market opened. So that is going to be decisive for Bitcoin as well. Yeah, we see the weakness, and we dropped also on Bitcoin on the Bitcoin chart below ideal support, but we are still holding this ascending trend line. Now again, trend lines also move and they can break, same way as Elliott Wave patterns can break, of course. So hopefully the talks in the last few videos over the last few days were helpful in that the risk is increasing up there. We have increasing chances of breaking support and coming down into this wave 4 support area, which starts at around 21,250 pretty much, 230 actually. And yeah, I'm gonna watch that with high interest in the next few days, and especially today we might have a very important day today, because it is always the start of a new trading week. Plus, we might see some of these key decisions play out on the charts. Does the DXY go higher? Does it push above resistance? Does the S&P 500 push below support? And also the Bitcoin chart here, does it also break consequently below the ascending trend line? And then, yeah, it will be interesting. I think because this is so well defined, this ascending broadening wedge, a drop below the trend line now would really lead to a stronger drop. Watching that with high interest. We obviously see the momentum to the downside increase already. The 4-hour MACD here. We've been talking in the last few days about these bearish divergences on various time frames. They might play out now. And also here on the 1 hour, even that small upside momentum is already fading again that we had here. And on the daily, negative momentum is still increasing, not slowing down at the moment. And it started from a pretty high level, actually, highest level since April 22, which is quite a lot. So that could push us down quite a bit if you compare that, right? So it's going to be interesting. I will keep you certainly updated. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.